Picture the scene. It's a warm evening, and the whole family is gathered around the dinner table. There's laughter and chatter and stories flying back and forth across the room. Everyone is talking at once, the way families do. And you're sitting there, right in the middle of it all, but somehow, you're only catching about half of what's being said. Someone tells a joke, and everyone bursts out laughing. So you smile and laugh along too, even though you didn't quite hear it. You nod, you go quiet, and slowly, without anyone meaning for it to happen, you begin to feel just a little bit on the outside of your own family's evening. If that feeling is familiar to you, even a little, then this video is for you. Because here is the truth that so few people understand about hearing. After 60, your hearing very often begins to fade, but it fades so slowly, so gently, so gradually, that you may not notice it happening at all. It isn't like waking up one day unable to hear. It's a quiet, creeping thing. The world simply gets a little softer, year by year, and because it happens so slowly, your mind adjusts and adapts, and you carry on, never quite realizing how much you've begun to miss. And this matters far more than most people think. Your hearing is not just about sound, it's about connection. It's how you stay woven into conversations, into jokes, into the warm chatter of the people you love. When your hearing begins to slip, and especially when it goes unaddressed, something quietly begins to happen. You ask people to repeat themselves, and eventually you stop asking because you don't want to be a bother. You avoid the noisy gatherings that used to bring you joy. You speak up less, and little by little you can begin to pull away from the very connections that keep you happy and sharp. In fact, research suggests there may be a real link between untreated hearing loss and both loneliness and our thinking as we age. So caring for your hearing is truly about caring for your whole life. But here is the good and hopeful news. So much of your hearing can be protected, preserved, and helped, if you know how, and if you pay a little attention. So today, I'm going to walk you through 7 simple habits to protect your hearing and stay connected to the world you love after 60. And the 7th one, the very last habit, is the one I most want you to hold on to, because it's the one people resist the most and regret the most. So please, stay with me right to the end. Now, just a quick and honest word before we begin. Everything I share today is general guidance offered with care, not medical advice, so please check with your doctor about your own hearing and health. With that said, let's gently begin. And before we do, I'd love to know who's here with me today. So tell me down in the comments, do you ever find yourself turning the television up louder than the rest of the family would like? Be honest, now. I read every single one. All right, let's talk about that very first habit. The first habit is to have your hearing properly tested, even if you think it's perfectly fine. And I put this first for a very important reason. Remember how we said, hearing fades so slowly you may not notice? Well, that's exactly why a proper hearing test matters so much. It gives you a true and honest picture of how well you're actually hearing, rather than the picture your adjusting mind has painted for you. A simple hearing check, done by a professional, is painless and straightforward, and it can reveal a gentle decline long before you'd ever catch it on your own. And knowing where you stand is the first step to protecting what you have. So if it's been years since anyone properly checked your hearing, or if it's never been checked at all, treat that as one of the wise and loving things to do for yourself. Ask your doctor about having your hearing tested and get that true picture. Everything else begins there. Which brings us to the second habit. Protect your ears from loud noise. Here's something many people don't realize. A great deal of hearing loss over a lifetime comes from being exposed to loud sounds, again and again, over many years. And the damage adds up quietly, without you feeling a thing at the time. The good news is that protecting yourself is simple. When you're around loud sounds, power tools, a lawnmower, loud music, a noisy crowd, wear some ear protection, like a good pair of earplugs or earmuffs. And keep an eye on the volume of your own everyday listening, too. If you enjoy music or the television through headphones or earbuds, keep the volume at a comfortable, moderate level, rather than blasting it. A gentle rule of thumb, if a sound is loud enough that you'd have to raise your voice for someone nearby to hear you, it's loud enough to be worth protecting your ears from. Your ears can't heal this kind of wear and tear, so protecting them is truly worth the small effort. And that leads us into the third habit, which is to be gentle and careful when it comes to cleaning your ears. Now, I know so many of us reach for a cotton swab out of habit, but here's the important thing to know. Poking cotton swabs down into the ear canal can actually do more harm than good. It can push the earwax deeper, packing it down and causing a blockage, and it can even hurt the delicate parts inside. And here's a comforting truth. A little earwax is completely normal and healthy. It's your ear's own natural way of protecting and cleaning itself, and most of the time, it takes care of itself just fine. So to clean your ears, simply wipe the outer part gently with a soft, damp cloth and leave the inside alone. And if you ever feel that wax has genuinely built up and blocked things, a feeling of fullness or muffled hearing, don't dig at it yourself. Let your doctor take a look and remove it safely. Your ears are delicate, treat them gently. The fourth habit is to pay attention to the quiet signs that your hearing may be slipping, and to take them seriously rather than brushing them off. Because your hearing fades so gradually, these little signs are often the only clues you'll get, and it's so easy to explain them all away. So let me name a few of them for you. Do you often find yourself asking people to repeat what they've said? Does it feel like everyone around you is mumbling these days? Do you struggle to follow a conversation when there's background noise, like in a busy restaurant or at a family gathering? Do you turn the television up louder than others would like? Do you have trouble hearing on the telephone or catching higher voices, like those of children and grandchildren? Now, none of these mean anything is seriously wrong, but they are gentle signals worth listening to. If several of them sound familiar, that's simply your cue to have your hearing checked. Noticing early and acting kindly on it makes all the difference. Now, if you're finding this helpful so far, do me one small kindness and tap that like button. It genuinely helps this reach more good people our age. Thank you so much. Now, on to the fifth habit. The fifth habit is to care for your whole body, because your hearing is more connected to your overall health than you might ever guess. Deep inside your ear are tiny, delicate structures that depend on good, healthy blood flow to do their work. So the very same things that keep your heart and your blood vessels healthy tend to help protect your hearing too. Keeping active in whatever gentle way suits you, eating well, and staying in good touch with your doctor about things like your blood pressure and blood sugar. All of this quietly supports your ears as well. It's a lovely thought, really. So many of the kind things you already do for your heart and your body are protecting your hearing at the very same time, without you even thinking about it. Care for the whole, and you help the ears. The sixth habit is to stay socially engaged and to keep yourself in the conversation, and to make it easier when hearing is a struggle. You see, the great danger of fading hearing isn't only the sound you miss, it's the temptation to pull away, to go quiet, to skip the gathering, because following along feels like too much work. Please, resist that temptation with all your might, because your connections to other people are precious for your happiness and your mind. And there are simple things that help enormously. Don't be shy about letting people know you're having a little trouble hearing, and gently asking them to face you when they speak, to speak a bit more clearly, and not to cover their mouths. In noisy places, try to sit somewhere quieter, with your back to the noise and the person you're talking with in front of you. Watching a person's face and lips as they speak helps far more than you'd imagine. These small strategies keep you in the warm heart of the conversation, right where you belong. Staying connected is worth every bit of effort it takes. And if these habits are helping you today, please do subscribe so we can keep looking after ourselves and staying connected together. Now, the seventh and final habit, and the one I most want you to remember. The seventh habit is this: if you need help hearing, please get it, and don't let pride or embarrassment stand in your way. This is the one people resist the very most, and I understand why. For so many of us, there's an old feeling that admitting to hearing trouble or wearing a hearing aid somehow means we're getting old, or that people will see us differently. So folks put it off. They struggle on for years, missing more and more of life, all to avoid it. And I want to speak to that gently but honestly, because it truly matters. Waiting doesn't protect you, it only costs you. It costs you conversations, and connection, and moments with the people you love that you'll never get back. Here is the truth. Getting help for your hearing is not a sign of getting old. It's a sign of being wise enough to keep living your life fully. Today's hearing devices are remarkable, small and discreet, and for so many people they open the world right back up. The laughter at the dinner table, the grandchild's voice, the bird's song, the quiet words of someone dear. And remember what we spoke about at the very beginning, that research suggests staying connected and engaged by hearing well may be good for our thinking and our spirits as we age. So please, if your hearing is making life harder, take that brave and loving step. Talk to your doctor or to a hearing specialist called an audiologist and let them help you find what's right for you. There is no shame in it, only the joy of stepping back into a fuller, richer, more connected life. That's the seventh habit, and it may just be the most important of all. So there we have it, 7 simple habits to protect your hearing and stay connected after 60. Let's gather them all up one last time, so they stay with you. Have your hearing properly tested. Protect your ears from loud noise. Clean your ears gently and safely. Pay attention to the quiet signs of hearing loss. Care for your whole body. Stay socially engaged and keep yourself in the conversation. And if you need help hearing, be brave enough to get it. Not one of these is complicated, and every single one is something you can begin this very week. So don't feel you must do them all at once. Just choose the one that spoke to you most. And if I may gently suggest a starting point, if any of those quiet signs sounded familiar to you today, let your first step be simply to have your hearing checked. That one small, brave appointment could open the whole world back up to you, because caring for your hearing is truly about caring for your connections, to your family, to your friends, and to all the sounds of the life you love. So now, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me down in the comments, which of these 7 habits are you going to start with? And be honest, have you been putting off having your hearing checked? I read every single comment, and I so look forward to hearing from you. And if this helped you today, please give it a like, so more wonderful people our age can find it too. And do subscribe, so we can keep taking good care of ourselves, together. Take very good care of yourself, and stay connected to every voice you love. And I will see you very soon, in the next one.